he started moving around right from immediately Buhari climbed on seat. But look at Peter Obi. Immediately, everybody, the presidency form came out. He came out, bought his tickets, started his traveling, diaspora talks, and all of those things. It's to show you that, look, okay, I'm here to do this. And him saying that he doesn't go to church. Please, how many times have we seen Peter Obi is not like a social media person who is always looking for accreditation or validation, posting pictures of telling you, oh, he was in church with this person. I started seeing more about himself, and even to be very honest, I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to be ashamed to say this. I'm from the state where he once was the governor, and after his second tenure, I think it was the second tenure that I got to know of him, but I never knew he was married to an Akwa Ibom State woman, and the woman was so, like, when somebody is taking herself away from anything concerning politics. The woman is not just so interested in all of those things. But look at Tinubu's wife going up and down on social media, spewing things that are not supposed to be heard from humans. Please, all I can say is he lacks one of the basic quality of leadership, which is speaking in concise language. Thank you so much, Kachi.
Orlando, thank you very much. Great points right there. Well said. Like, you literally just hit the nail on the head. It is obvious, like I've always said, even a blind man, can see that there's famine in the land. Even the dullest of people knows right now that there's only one candidate who is fit to be in that position right now. But Bela infrastructure no go allow people rest. But thank you. We're gonna hear what other people think.
Sorry, a lot of people are coming for me at the comment section. I said Akwa Ibom instead of Cross River. I'm sorry. Peter Obi is Cross River, not Akwa
Only that
Ibom.
one you see, Orlando. The one where they thought say well said, see that one, Abby.
I just had the messages started popping up, and I saw people commenting on that. Thank you so much. Fave love. I see your message. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you commenting. I really do appreciate you all.
Great. Thank you, Orlando. Thank you so much. Okay, that being said, we're going to go straight to other people to hear what they think about this particular one. You guys on the comment section, you guys are not left out. Please tell me what you think about this particular one. God bless you all. Let's move straight to Mr. Tunaija. Mr. Tunaija, please talk to us. Mr. Tunaija. Okay, I guess Mr. Tunaija is not available. We're going to go straight to Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex, please. Mr. Alex? Okay, if Mr. Alex...
Yes, yeah. Can you hear me? Catch it.
Yes.
Why are you laughing? I catch you, Abby. You won't wave me. Catch it, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mr. Alex. Please talk to us.
The signal.
We can hear you.
Okay. Yes. I must tell you, Tinubu, for me, he has shot himself on the foot many times. And I don't know if you are going to be a president at that age. So how are you going to look like when you step into office? You're swearing in. When you start making up your cabinet, when you start making decisions, when you start lobbying, when you start tackling the national problems, when you start traveling around the nook and cranny of the nation, it's tedious. Leadership is a call to service. It's not a retirement home. It's demanding. It's aconia. I mean, it's a very tedious job. Even as a local government councillor, a local government chairman, a deputy governor, a commissioner, these are jobs that you are called to serve. Presidency is the height of it. So they shouldn't make a mockery of our national life. They've disgraced us enough. They've stolen our phones and banked them in European countries and the American cities. They've killed our people enough. They've driven our people into diaspora for no reason due to bad policies and wickedness. So coming to tell us in campaign, they didn't see it coming. They thought 8 years is forever in 2015, or in 2019 they thought 4 years is forever. 1,000 years is like a day in the sight of God, and a day 1,000 years. You look at 10 years, 8 years like it's forever. Like seriously? Is that what APC was thinking? Now you are telling people to go and snatch ballot box, to go and fight, to go and take it anyhow. Nobody will serve you like food. Nobody will serve you power. Take it anyhow. Thank God Arise TV got it. I'm sure China's TV will also discuss it. The whole thing, like somebody said, with social media, Nigeria is becoming a disgrace. Donald Trump said it a long time ago. Now, Africa, when he was saying Africa, for me, I think he was referring to Nigeria. Because Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Africa is like a shithole country. The social media took it up. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything. TikTok. There's a searchlight now of the social media on the African continent. And our leaders are all ashamed of themselves. And many of them are beginning to realize, what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul and lose the integrity of his own nation? Western world will always allow you to keep your stolen money in their banks. But when you leave, they start mocking you. You will not be there when they start stopping your citizens in all the international airports, exits and entrance, disgracing them, double checking them. Imagine they will sideline Africans, especially once they know you are Nigerian. They double, triple, quadruple check you because of the disgrace your leaders are constituting in the Western world. So for me, I'm sure Nigerians already know the truth. For the first time since 1960, during the independence, with the likes of Antonio Naro, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Abbott Macaulay, with the political parties like the National People's Congress, like the Action Group, NCNC. This is the first time since then the whole nation is speaking in one voice. Even in the famous Abiola, can you hear me, please? Even in the famous Abiola's presidential election, it was not this, coherent. There is no way they can hide it. You cannot bring sick, old, Tinubu. Old age is a good thing. The man is sick, the man is old, the man is corrupt, the man deserves not to be in the presidential race. APC should resign. They should apologize to Nigeria. They've destroyed this nation. They've decimated this nation. They've killed this nation. They've useless this nation. A man is saying, I want to help fix this country. We have a great mechanic, a great man in the name of Mr. Peter Obi, whose campaign philosophy, whose peaceful way of campaigning, whose intelligent way of communication, whose realistic way of campaigning has captured the heart of millions of Nigerians and millions of African people worldwide. What has APC and PDP got to say? You are telling people to go and snatch ballot box. I'm not sure we still have a constitution that works in this country. Where are the electoral powers conferred on the Independent National Commission of this country? That comment alone is enough to ask Amebola Tinubu to step down or to interrogate him, not interrogating him in prosy. If that comment came from Peter Obi or somebody in the Labour Party is shifting, it would have been a tug of war. So guys, even if they manipulated themselves to keep Amebola Tinubu there at their own detriment, is not our business. But we should get our PVC and continue to do the job. They thought it was a social media movement. They said we will soon run out of steam. Edo State governor, shameless Edo State governor, who is killing his own citizens with Fulani Esme and stealing money from the government, not doing projects. He said Obi movement is a social media thing. It will soon run out of steam. According to his assembly, how market now, Mr. Governor Obaseki. How market? They say we will run out of steam. How are we going to run out of steam? Do we forget Deborah? The killing of Deborah? Up till now, no governor. Nobody spoke about it, including my State governor. You will say it's not his business. It's his business because he's a Nigerian. He's the father of a state. He should be touched by the feeling of that guest family. Do we forget the Lekki Toll Gate massacre? That we will run out of steam? Do we forget how snakes and monkeys are swallowing money? Or do we forget the thousands of doctors, the millions of Nigerians who are leaving this country on a daily basis. By the sea, by air, by land, by any means they can do it. Do we forget how the Naira has jumped from 2015, 160 or 190, now is not almost 1,000 Naira? Do we forget how to strike for 8 months? Do we forget these issues of burning of churches for 7 years? The killing in churches, the massacre of innocent people, the kidnapping of train in Kaduna. Do we forget the killings of Christians? So guys, we will not run out of steam. Rather, the steam is burning, is increasing. So Nigeria Watch, thank you very much. Viewers, those on the comment section, I thank you. I'm still here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alex, for your amazing submission right there. Thank you. Always talking about it just the way it is. Thank you very much. Let's go straight to Mr. Chimobi. Mr. Chimobi, please talk to us.
Thank you so much, Kachi. Thank you, the last speaker. Thank you so much. Mr. Najawa, thank you for displaying this video. It's very, very important for Nigerians to see how Tinubu govern Lagos State. This is the root, this is the foundation Tinubu used in Lagos State up to this moment. Grab the ballot paper, snatch it, kill whoever that comes across you, and run away. That is the language of APC. That is how Buhari came into power in 2 terms. That is the same language APC want to use. I don't know why our country will see the truth and try to bend it, try to destroy it. And the good news is that somebody here said that the social media has changed the narrative in our country. And that is true. We have a national assemblies. We have PICS committee members. We have INEC. We have all these bodies. We have EFCC. We have, is it DSS? We have police. We have intelligence agencies. We have all this. We have military. We have police. We have Navy. All of them are there. A presidential candidate is telling Nigerians in foreign land that this election is do or die. That this election, we must do what? Snatch the ballot boxes. We must do what? Run with it. We must do what? Kill whoever that come across their party members. That is the message. It's a clear, constructive message. And this is what is in the heart of every APC members. And today, Tinubu, APC as a party has not called to order. APC as a party has not been invited. APC as a party has not been questioned by National Assembly, by INEC, by police. There is no investigation about what is going on. And we are here saying we want free and fair election according to Buhari. We are here, they are telling us that this election, they want it to be issue-based. We are here, they are telling us they don't want 2003 election to be violent. And now, APC has created the violence by themselves. We are not into election dates. You are telling your members to snatch our rights. You are telling your members to indict our democracy. That is what is going on. In America today, what Donald Trump did after he lost election is still, in fact, it had destroyed his party. His party all of his party members, they are against him. All of their senators are against that particular man. And we should not be surprised that he's going to end up in jail at the end of everything. So look at Tinubu today, telling Nigerians that our vote, our right will be snatched on election day. That is the message. So Tinubu is not qualified. In fact, APC is not qualified. That comment is enough. What has Nnamdi Kanu done? What has he done that kept him in prison today? And Tinubu is in foreign land, creating violence in Nigeria, and nothing is being done today. So that is the situation we are. And let me remind Nigerians, do not forget that the same APC, a presidential vice candidate, Shetima, who is the major foundation of the terrorists that kidnap Chibok girls, told us that he will be in charge of our security when they get into power. Do not forget, this is the same Tinubu that told us, this is my turn. I make Buhari the president. I build Lagos. This is the same man. That is why I question the peace accord. Reverend Kuka and Co. They should see what they are doing to Nigerians. Yes, I will keep calling his name because he is the one of the founders of that peace accord. And Tinubu was not present. But Tinubu was present after 1 week of his birthday. Tinubu was the first person that was there. We can't continue to deceive ourselves. We can't continue to lie to our future. Today, INEC supposed to disqualify Ahmed Bola Tinubu because we don't know who he is. We don't know where he came from. That is our situation. You made Buhari president, and the Buhari kept our students for good 8 months. You make Buhari president, and the dollar is going to about 900 naira. You make Buhari president. We can't travel by road, by air, by anywhere. And you are coming out to tell us that you will snatch our rights. They have created a violence already. And this election, if nothing is being done, if Tinubu is not being questioned, if Tinubu is not invited to come and eat what he has said, it will be violence. That is Thank Arrives TV for bringing this out. And I thank you, Mr. Naija Watch, for spreading this news, for making the whole world see what they think we are. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chimobi, for your amazing submission right there. Thank you. I can see we have more people joining us already. I can see Veritas, I can see Onyedika. Thank you guys for joining us today. Please endeavor to like and share our broadcast if you are yet to do so. So our videos can be suggested to more people, so our message can keep spreading like wildfire. So guys, endeavor to like and share our broadcast. Thank you all so much, and God bless you. We're gonna go straight to Mr. Nsibidi. Mr. Nsibidi, good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Hello, good evening, Kachi. Good evening, Mr. Naija Watch, Orlando, the panelists, and everyone
Good
listening
evening,
to
Mr.
us.
CBD. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think the man that came on Arise TV, Afebua, is quite unfortunate because, like Mr. Naija was said, all these people are looking for their own interest. They are looking for their stomach, and we should not be surprised with any of with whatever they say. And he was also, there's another statement he made that was just really very insensitive and a bit insulting to the Muslim community when he said it's un-Islamic for Buhari if he will reward, it will be un-Islamic if he will not reward, is it Tinubu? So you begin to ask yourself, apart from they don't see blasphemy in that. This is what they should even call blasphemy, because you cannot be bringing those kind of religious statements into politics like that, especially with the way we know how serious the Muslims are with their faith. And it's just quite unfortunate. And talking about rewarding, what are you rewarding this man for? Or what are you rewarding him with? You're rewarding him with for him to be in charge of the future of millions of people. So is it like some kind of a car or aeroplane or something that you want to reward him, you want to give to him? We are talking about making decisions, you know, that will affect the lives of millions of people. So that's just to show you how these people think. They don't even care. They think this whole thing is like buying and selling. Just take and give this person, take and give this person. So it's quite unfortunate, really sad, and I hope that the some Islamic scholars or prominent people will just even call him out and make sure that they do the Sharia law on his head. Then the INEC thing, they also came out recently and said the politicians they've confirmed it. When we are saying it here, people say maybe we are coming up with our own stories and all that. But they also came out and said the same thing, that politicians are buying PVCs from voters. Do you know what it means for INEC as a body to come out and admit that and say it? So that's to show you the kind of situation that we are in. And they are supposed not to just say these things and everything die down. They are supposed to expose these people, tell us who they are. Or maybe if you feel like it's a matter that should be taken to court, then charge these people to court. Are you not INEC? Are you not supposed to make sure that elections go, according to the law? If you discover or if you notice any form of criminality in the process, are you not responsible for charging those people to court? So it's just unfortunate that the kind of system that we have in the country, all these things will just fly. And the media are not helping matters. The mainstream media, they are not helping matters, to be honest. Although Arise, once in a while they try, but at the same time, they are not doing as much. The whole media in general, I don't know if it's complicity or if it's cowardice. Whatever it is, these people are not doing enough. Even the reason why we're shouting Rufai Rufai is because it's just among the very few or the only one that is kind of doing proper journalism or broadcasting. And that's why we are shouting like that. But at the same time, it's part of the system. He's inside the system. So they can easily suppress him at any point. So, but it's just quite unfortunate. They would just rather be showing us things that are not important. But the main thing that they can do is, if it's in the Western world, I know we cannot be always using the example of the Western world, but at the same time, are they not the same people's system that we are using? So why do you choose to use a system if you're not going to use it exactly the way it's supposed to be? So they should be able to call out these people, make it an issue. But I also appreciate the way we are doing it online, the way Niger Watch, and a few other platforms are doing. But it's also shocking to see some other people online, pushing the same, falsehood narratives. I don't know for how much that they have given to them. And don't even forget that the other day, APC presidential campaign assistant director was on Arise News saying that they have activated about, is it 200 social media influencers. So that's why I'm telling you that when you see some of these people speaking online, and when you see these other platforms doing what they are doing, you should not be surprised. This is part of those are part of the social media influencers that these people are talking about. It's a real thing. So I think I will just stop there. Then quickly before I stop, this Obasanjo, we thank God for what he has said. It should continue. We know people don't really understand that Obasanjo is one of the gatekeepers of one Nigeria to make sure that Nigeria works and remains one. He has been doing that since the days of the Civil War, and it's
Mr.
just quite
CBD,
unfortunate.
the next segment will be for Obasanjo.
Oh, okay,
Exactly.
okay. I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Nsibidi. Thank you very much. Let's move straight to Mr. Chibuzo. Mr. Chibuzo, good evening to you. Thank you for joining. Please talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, everybody listening. Good evening, Mr. Naja Watch.
Good evening,
Um,
sir. Thanks for joining us, sir.
right. Good evening, uh, people, our panelists there. Anyway, Mr. Naja Watch, let me start with this Tunubu of a man, and I will advise Nigerians one thing. We know that we are not getting it right. Um, Tunubu comment and the federal government are just related matters, and it is completely the same. The government is a joke. Uh, then campaigning for the people, then you are joking, and you are going there for campaign, and you are telling the people a matter does not matter. Go there, snatch the ballot box, and run away. You know, engaging people into criminality as a leader. What kind of issues are that? You're supposed to go there, tell people related matters, concerns issues, tell them what can you do to improve their life. And you are going abroad, going there, and smart people in Nigeria don't know what they are all about. What are they doing? The smart people need to come up with a smart idea and think about this man. He traveled from Nigeria and go to London to tell them how to snatch a ballot box, not to make them return home and implement their ideas and work together as people, and which P2B is trying to, do. Then you go there and tell them to go and snatch ballot box. This is a shame. This is a joke. These people are taking Nigerian people as jokes. We can't do anything. This is a concerned issue. You're supposed to be going there to do. But smart people now, they have to go, they have to be smart enough and pick all these things up. You know, this is an old campaign. This is an old campaign. They are using this kind of tactics. Old. They don't know that Nigeria have changed. I don't know if are we going to use the ballot box in this election. Is it real? They say it's electronically. I don't see where ballot box fit into this. So I don't know, maybe he forgot that they don't use ballot box on this very election. So he is going there to go and disgrace himself. The smart people over there listening to him, even those who love the party, those who love Tinubu as a person, regardless of his attitude. But those who love him supposed to understand that this is our president. He's going there to go and snatch a ballot box. He's not going there to tell people, address issues, tell people related matters. He's not going there to do anything for us. What he's going there is to go and teach them how to be stealing. Look at the kind of leadership we have from him when he went to London for interview. He started appointing people already into the media. Everything they ask him, he just appoints. So these are kind of person as an individual. Look at the way he's exposing Nigeria, that he is going to take this country forward. This is not the related matters we want to hear as Nigerians. Smart people need to think about all these things. We need to wake up and make sure that we eradicate all this kind of people who come with a mental slavery idea. We don't need them into the system. They are finished. Thank you.
Mr. Chibuzo, thank you very much for your submission right there. I appreciate you. God bless you. I can see James Morgan right there. Rosalind Omorigi, thank you for joining. Jolly Collins, thank you so much for joining us. Please endeavor to like and share our broadcast. God bless you all for taking time out to do this with us. Endeavor to like and share, guys. And most importantly, make sure not forget, please support us by using the dollar sign to the right on the comment section to support what we do here. The reason why we ask you all to like and share is simple. It's just so our voices can go far, so more people can know what we are doing here. So all of this, your ideas and suggestions can be heard by more people, not just us on this platform. So guys, please endeavor to like and share. It's for all of us. It's not just because we want you to like and share. Thank you guys so much, and God bless you. On that note, we're going to go straight to the next panelist we have here, and that will be Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, please talk to us. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining.
Good morning, my sister Kachi, and good
Good morning.
morning to everyone listening. I think what the two last speakers said, I just want to address 2 points. Then just said there. The other person said about if we have a senate. I don't think Nigeria have a senate. We don't have a house. We don't have a lawmaker in Nigeria. There is no lawmaker in Nigeria. And like the other person said about if Tinubu and his mates thought maybe this election is the same election we are having back, the people have to wake up, because I think this election is different from what we've been seeing, and the campaign is different from what we've been seeing before. So most of Nigeria have been waking up. Like somebody said about, we don't have Senate in Nigeria, because if you have Senate, you'll be here in Nigeria, there is two opposition. Where you come in a country, no opposition. PDP is not opposition to APC. APC is not opposition to PDP. So how can you call that a Senate? So they are one. We don't have a Senate. So that is why Nigeria where we are today, because APC will say something, PDP can't counter it. PDP will say something, APC won't counter it. So how can you call that a Senate? It's not a Senate. And about what Tinubu said, I think Tinubu brain is not functioning, because if his brain is functioning, he will realize that this election is not by law boss. Nobody is going there to lift any by law boss. So this election, I just want people to know, is a different thing. This is a different thing altogether. This is a different, and thank God that because of people like P2B coming to the space, P2B have changed everything about this election. Everything about, even there is no how you will talk, you make one statement without including P2B statement in it. There is no how. You can't make any statement without including what P2B said. So that to show you how this election, before we don't used to have this kind of election. Nobody even care if you come for a debate or if you come for anything. Nobody cares about that. 2019, nobody cares about that. 2014, 15, nobody cares about that. 2007, all those things. Nobody cares about all those things. But because of somebody have come into the space, now Nigeria cares about that. Nigeria wants to hear what you want to tell them. People have begun to ask questions, because now they have begun to understand what this nation really need, what Nigeria really need, and how can they fix Nigeria. And like I said before, P2B have done a work that nobody have ever done before, to make Nigeria, for them to start believing in Nigeria. You know what that means? You have to change people's mind to get them to that, as in get them to begin to believe about Nigeria, because you have to get people for them to believe in something before you start asking them for do anything. So to get Nigerians to begin to think as a Nigerian force, then now come out to begin to talk about how to fix Nigeria. That's one thing that P2B have done that nobody even talking about. So if anybody thinking that coming this 2023 election is going to be like before, it's a different thing. People are taking this campaign in two different angles. Nigeria don't used to do campaign before. People don't used to bring out their money before to campaign. They always wait for the person who is campaigning, who is contesting, to be the one to bring out money. But citizens are now doing work for their own, as in showing you how this election is going to be done. So I think this election is like, I saw something yesterday. That thing happened in northern area, somewhere particular. There is this obedient movement. They did election. That campaign is the one of the best campaign anybody can do for. Then get a sticker, this small sticker. They will go to your back of phone. They will paste that Labour Party sticker, and that thing will remain there. And then they share it to all these old women, all these people, they know that they don't know anything. They just paste that in their phone. So that alone, that is a very big campaign. So if anybody thinking that this election, you are coming to ring it, people are ready to fight for their vote. And people are, when I mean people, because as in this election, if you know the situation Nigeria find ourselves, if maybe before we are enjoying ourselves or doing it, I don't think that this election will be this kind of massive it is now. Imagine, remember last time Nigeria did their big brother, the so-called big brother they used to do. Upon when that big brother was going on, people are still canvassing, doing campaign. Nobody even know that big brother was going on. That to show you the level that every Nigeria are ready for this election. Nigerians are beginning to invest in this. You can't tell me that somebody will come out and invest for election, invest for campaign, and the day of voting, that person will not come out. Somebody has spent almost months of campaigning for P2B, then the last day that person will come out to vote, that person will come out. We should wake up from that. So people are doing so more manners of things to make sure that this election come to reality, and it's going to come to reality. So if anybody thinking that maybe P2B or whatever, let's say APC, people are collecting money from Tinubu because that money Tinubu has saved for 30 years. That is Nigerian money, and people are going to eat that money. There is no way you will defend Tinubu without looking stupid. Even if, like, be Professor Orishenka, you will look stupid. There is no way, even if you try be the most intelligent person in Nigeria, they will give you a file, go and defend Tinubu. Once you come out on television, you come out anywhere, you are going to look stupid. So, and that is the level. So, but people are trying to take their money. When they take their money, they will come and do the job and move. And most of us, like Mr. Niger Watch is doing here, I think the only thing that P2B have that is going to win election for P2B, I think P2B have the power of social media. That social media can win election for you. Anybody that is telling that social media don't win election, that person is joking. If you have social media, once you control social media, that is the worst, as in the biggest campaign that anybody can dream of. So P2B have that. So forget about what the media, maybe all these Arise or channels television. Average Nigerians, maybe most of them don't even listen to Arise. They always focus on the one they see on their Facebook, the one they see on their Instagram, the one they can be able to find on their tweet. So those are the places that this election, people are pushing that election. So if APC and PDP know before that this P2B movement is going to be like this, trust me, when that thing started earlier at the initial time, they could have started counter it, but they took it for granted. Now look at how the whole thing run away. Look what happened in Kogi today. Look at what happened everywhere. So the hunger is all the whole part of Nigeria. So you don't care if you're a Muslim, you don't care if you're a Christian, you don't care if you're in the West or not. You as so far as you're in Nigeria, he's penning you. And once he's penning you, you have to do everything to. I'm not blaming people that are supporting Tinubu because at the end of the day, it's not possible that the average in every Nigeria is going to support Tinubu, P2B. It's not going to happen. There are some people that will disagree with you and some will agree with you. So that is how election is. Even if at the end of the day, everybody say we are supporting P2B, I'm not gonna partake in that because it's not gonna be real. You understand? So that will still have some opposition. That is how a country function. Because a country that don't have opposition, I don't think how we're going to move forward. People have to debate on something. People have to disagree with you. So at the end of the day, those people that are supporting Tinubu, supporting Atiku, they have their right. Then, but my happiness is that when you come to Nigeria, the 60% to 70% of Nigeria are queuing for P2B. So that is my happiness. So whoever that is supporting Tinubu or supporting Atiku, they have their right. They have whatever they want to do. But at the end of the day, the population, once the numbers where people say this is where we are going to go, I'm happy that those people, that number is for P2B. So
Okay.
I don't have to pay too much about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Collins. We still have to keep talking to people to go get their PVCs, to not be frustrated, to not relent, because their plan is to get Nigerians frustrated, to make them relent. We still have to keep canvassing, talking to people to go get their PVCs and come out on that day to vote. Thank you so much to everyone who has contributed, to everyone on the panel, the viewers, the panelists, the commenters. Thank you guys so much. God bless you all, and may our effort not be in vain in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Thank you guys. We're going to go straight to the last panelist we have here for today on this particular topic before we move straight to our last section for today, and that will be Mr. Chooks. So people is there. Good evening to you, Mr. Chooks. Please talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, Kachi.
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. Good evening, fellow panelists and everybody watching us. Yeah, everybody has spoken well about the Aguado man. You know, this is the thing we're fighting. You know, we said it here that day where that statement was released. You know, if we are in a same country, everybody should be calling for this man to, you know, to step down or to be banned. If he doesn't want to step down by himself, he shouldn't have anything to do with this election, you know. And I'm saying it clearly here. If anything violence happen in this election, that man should be held responsible. Let us not make mistake about this. You can't go and say, snatch, grab, and do anything humanly possible to win an election, and you are coming here to interpret jargons for us. I don't know. It's because of the way we've been accepting this, garbage that is coming out from their mouth. They keep doing it. They keep coming out to tell us whatever they think. Because if we are that kind of country that is mad with our leaders, only this is the explanation can light up that country. You don't ask people to go out there when even with his history of election violence, and we saw what happened in 2019 election in Lagos. Okay, and I'm using this opportunity to say this: INEC should not take this 2023 for granted, because if what happened in 2019 happened, well, I don't know how to say it, but I don't think the youth, with the level of knowledge the youth have now, we can accept that again, because you can't disenfranchise somebody. We are taking it with a pinch of salt now that they're just buying the PVCs and throwing them away, not buying from the individuals who own these PVCs. They're buying it off INEC. I'm not so sure, but where can they get thousands of PVCs? Who is going to sell those PVCs? We saw the drama they acted yesterday, saying it's from a particular people, saying it's from a particular group of people that are doing that because they want to disenfranchise Tinubu. So all these, they are lies. It cannot go anywhere. And I'm saying this: if they want that country to remain, the INEC should be plain. INEC should be plain, because you can't come. Okay, what is the role of INEC if not to checkmate all these candidates? Or are they saying that violence is allowed? Do they condone violence? Tomorrow, if somebody they do this, they kill people, they will just say, hey, it's because this or that, and the families will just take it as one of those things. Come on. We are not even behaving the way we should be behaving. We should be on the street. We should call out these people to make sure that this man is disqualified, because there's no other way I'm gonna think about this. He's calling for violence. Let us say it as it is. He's just calling for violence. Shall we condone that? Shall we accept that? In 2021, you don't call for violence for an election. If everybody calls for violence, what will happen? What will happen if everybody calls for violence? Please, let us give our voice to this. We're not talking. Seriously, we're not talking. We think everything is all right. If they keep getting away with all these things, we call them minor things, it will graduate to bigger things, and we will still keep silence. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Truth. But frankly, I really think the youth are trying. If you ask me, I think they are trying, because just like what Mr. Collins said earlier, I don't know if you know the craze about the Big Brother Nigeria that happens every year in Nigeria. This year it was like it just went like a flashlight. Nobody was even interested. And just like people like Adam Soshomole said that we will go out of steam, you can see that the momentum keeps going higher and higher every day. As a matter of fact, we've been canvassing more people. More people has even been coming into the Obidati movement. So I really think the youths are trying. Yes, maybe we're not there yet, but I really think it's a right step into the right direction. I really think the Nigerian youths are trying, because people are really dedicating their time, their efforts, their money, their resources to this movement. So I really think they're trying. We should applaud them. and speak to them to do more, instead of, saying that they should have done it this way or do it that way.
No, they are really, I support you on that, Kashi. The
Because
youth
at the
are
end
very
of the day, all of us now youths. Look at
yes,
what we are doing
and
here, 7 days a week, every day. We're here doing this.
and we have never seen the youth on this kind of engagements before in the history of Nigeria.
Exactly.
This is the first time Nigerian youth are coming up to say enough is enough. What we are doing is to help others or to indoctrinate more, to join the race, so that we can take back our country. So
That's
for
right.
now, if you ask me, I will applaud the youth. It's just that we need more. We need more people to join the movement.
Exactly.
Thank
Exactly.
you.
Thank you very much,
Is that
Mr.
all?
Niger Watch. Yes, that will be all the panelists. Let's move straight to the last segment for today. Thank you.
All right. Before we're going to take 2 videos for the last submission together. Before we go to Obasanjo is going to be the last one. Let's quickly take 2 minutes of this because Pa Ayo Adebajo came out, to speak against Bola Ahmed Tinubu trying to intimidate Rufai. Let's hear this.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Now, let's talk about one of the issues that has come up with regards to this publication and the rebuttal recently given by Mr. Dele Alake and Mr. Bayo Nonuga. They've cited the fact that their APC candidate, presidential candidate, has been invited a number of times to come to a public town hall meeting to speak to the people whom they're courting their votes or hoping to get their votes. Would you say that there is there's an issue with having a presidential candidate speak to people about his plans and intentions in a fair and equitable platform, and what might be the challenge of the candidates? Because this has repeatedly come up in news items.
My dear young lady, once you present yourself for public office, it's a public trust. If there are certain dark areas about you, people have to clear their minds. You guys are doing your job. There are times you have fired back at us, in my own party too. You have fired at one of our governors, Governor Wike, and you invited me. I came to clear the air and put the stories straight so that the public will be convinced. If the people are not convinced, how do you want them to trust you? It's a matter of trust. There's absolutely nothing you guys have done that is unacceptable. They are also media men. It is their responsibility to repackage themselves and answer the questions. If they can't, bring the principal out to answer the questions by himself. But to use diversionary tactics and to fence off and pretend that it's a personal attack for a man who is seeking public office. There's nothing like personal attack. If you think that it is a personal attack, you have the judiciary. Go to the judiciary and seek for vengeance. But the public needs to know. The party members, both APC, PDP, and all the other ones, they need to know. Our mamas and papas who have the ability and the right to vote, they must be told. There are certain areas that are not clear to them. Who are the people to ask the question, to explain to them? The media. Why should you be afraid of the media? You also have your TV station. If you don't want to come to Arise TV station, you have the TVC. Go and explain yourself. So I believe this is a tactics that is unacceptable in any civilized world. Why are they attacking you personally. What has it got to do with Rufai? Or what has it got to do with Ruben? Or what has it got to do with your chap who writes on
All right, I'm going to stop that video right there. That is Bode George. Bode George and Paayo Adebayo is, in most cases, their names are confusing me. Yes, that's Bode George kicking against the actions of the APC and Tinubu and his team against how they attack directly or indirectly on Rufai Oseni. So I would like us to listen to what this is our second to the last video. The last video now is Obasanjo. Let's listen to this, then we take final reactions on this. Thank you.
What I believe and what I believe that Chifayo Adebanjo believed is not ethnic, it's not sectional, it's not religious, it is Nigerian and Nigerian. When I go out and people say, we thank you, I say, what are you thanking me for? And I tell them, please stop thanking me. Why should you be thanking me? I believe in equity. I believe in justice. I believe in one Nigeria. I have shed my blood for this country. I have gone to prison for this country. So what are you going to frighten me or threaten me with? The only thing that my senior brother hasn't done, that he hasn't shed his blood, he has gone to prison. We will leave that at that. No. The blood where I shed for one from the blood. You go one from. I will show you where it's shrapnel. I nearly touched my. Now, but please, the problem we have in our front now and in our hand is not ethnic, it's national. And for me, the first thing that is important in a leader is character. The problem we have had over the years is that we don't have leaders who have the right type of character that they should be entrusted with the leadership role. So if I put my finger on anything or anybody, it's because comparing one with another, I see that there is merit that would be of benefit to Nigeria. And I believe that Chifayo Adebanjo stands for
all right. All right, that is Ambassador right there, standing firm for Peter Obi still, So we will be beginning to see more of this before February 2023, where you are going to see more prominent, eminent individuals moving to Peter Obi. Don't be surprised, it's already happening, and we're going to see more. We have some reactions from the previous videos that we've played earlier on. I'd like us to quickly take reactions here, which Kashi, please take reactions. Thank you.
Okay, the first one right here, this is from Efe David. Defending Tinubu is impossible. What Tinubu said is exactly what we all know has been happening. Okay, let's take the next one right here, and it says Tinubu is all about power and Obi is all about governance. You choose which one cares about you. That's a very nice scenario right there. Thank you so much. The next one says criminals will always defend themselves. Just imagine this one coming out on air to spew nonsense, so long that what Agbado plus cassava says favors his followers. They will never speak against it. It's a shame listening to them, I tell you, my brother. Okay, the next one here says defending Tinubu and APC is the most difficult job to do now. They are just struggling to make any meaningful point. That's right. That's right. Okay, the next one here says Bola Tinubu should be arrested by the police for making inciting statements. He should be charged to court. Remember that he did not sign the peace accord. He was asking his followers to do everything humanly possible to grab power. Does that not include rigging and thuggery? These statements can only come from an extremist and one who is not sure of himself. May we remind him that power belongs to the people. Emmanuel Atuchukwu. I think the question about delegation of questions, I think the question about delegation of questions at Chatham House should have been, is there any video showing Joe Biden delegates questions as a presidential candidate during debates in the States? Abio, I think that should be a question too, because for every time people talk about his age, how he's not fit, another person will ask you, say, how old is Joe Biden? They'll be telling you how old is Joe Biden, but they forget that Joe Biden actually showed people his health report to show that he was actually fit to run. They forget to also add that part. Grab it, snatch it, run with it, etc. Nigerians understand what that means, especially when such words are coming out from somebody like Asiwaju Tinubu. It's simple English. Nigerians understand it. So coming out to defend that statement, I do not know how they see us. Maybe they feel they will be illiterate. Kasim Afebua is a hungry man. This one, Mr. Naija was already talked this one before. Kasim Afebua is a hungry man who's no outer of shame. Hence, he is chosen to self-appoint himself as Bola Tinubu's spokesperson. Very unfortunate. People like this will take money from politicians for their stomach and come to think they can cajole genuine voters to vote for someone like Tinubu. Nigeria is where it is as a result of people like this character, shameful and shameless people.
All right, the last one, please.
All right, the last reaction we have here says it's high time Nigerians stood up and sanitized the polluted political atmosphere. Tinubu and his co-travelers want to cause civil war in Nigeria. It's high time right-thinking and peace-loving Nigerians woke up and drove away these good-for-nothing folks. It's about time we did. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. That's a wonderful, wonderful reactions from Nigerians right there that we have. We have just one last video to share with you guys, and probably 2 or 3 reactions from Nigeria. And this is about Omoyele Sowore.
Could we just take everything together so that everybody can talk on it together?
Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to add the video right now so we can just, give our closing remark on the 3 videos. So this is for Omoyele Sowore. I know sometimes we've always wished that you could join forces with the Labour Party, knowing fully well that it's for the people and all of that. But he has come out to tell us that he has joined alliance with another political party that is not the Labour Party, and Nigerians have reacted differently to it. Let's quickly take a look at this before we give our closing remark. Thank you, guys.
We made it very clear at the beginning of this press conference that this alliance is between the AAC, the authentic AAC, and the authentic PRP. If you want to know if Kola Abiola is still in the race or not, ask Kola Abiola. He's the one who claims to be a presidential candidate of the PRP. And for every original product, there's a counterfeit. And we have experienced it before. A situation where a party we founded in 2018 was given recognition over the owners of the party by INEC. INEC did it even to reactionary parties like PDP before. APC through the former governor of Borno, took over PDP. But they kept fighting, and that did not stop them from operating as a political party.
All right. Kashi, are you there? Okay. All right. That is it, my people. I think we should stop that video right there and just move on now to reactions quickly so we can talk about this. Just give me a few seconds to take this out of the screen. Okay, good. All right, we have reactions there, just 3 reactions, so don't worry, we're not going to bore you. I appreciate you all for your time. As you can see there, jokers, misplaced agenda. The Baba at the high tables was bored and fell asleep. So your ego would not let you face reality and join Labour Party, which the masses you claim to fight for are aligning with. All right, we have another one here. Yele, stop now. You don't have to be president to make an impact in the country. You are looking a tad desperate now. Just join up with Labour Party and take a position where you can make a difference in an OB presidency. The last reaction here is Lily push chairs, or I don't know what that means, parties. Merging together with no assurance of winning a single state. If Sowore is really interested in what Nigerians currently need, I think he shouldn't find it a difficult thing to merge with Peter Obi. Ego displays is possibly the factor. All right, that's it. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. We're going to be taking these 3 videos together. Everybody have additional, we have for 5 minutes as well, and let's start talking on this. Orlando, we're going to start with you. Talk on this. Thank you.
Okay, good evening to everybody if you're just joining. And quickly, I don't know what exactly Shori wants. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like he's just this chameleon looking for attention. Tomorrow is here. I don't like Amazing Grace just said now. I think Shori is a very confused person. And that's exactly the point I want to make. What's his plan? Revolution now came up. Everybody, I remember how youth like were standing behind him, supporting. The next thing, Baba is switching gears. To me, like somebody said in the comment section again, just come and join Labour Party. Eh? I think it will even make you understand. Your ideology will even be clearer when you join Labour Party, because I think the party where you belong to is the problem. Maybe you have something good upstairs, but it's like you're switching from. Should I say you are bipolar? Well, I would not use that word, but please, I need him to just come out and state exactly what he wants. What does he want? Today he's annoyed, he's angry with some group of people that did not even do him anything. Tomorrow he's angry with another group of people that did not do anything to him. I beg. Then as for Obasanjo, like I said before from the start of this broadcast, the truth can't hide itself. It will never hide itself. Mr. Nigerian Watch said we are still waiting for prominent people to come out and speak the truth and support Peter Obi. Me, as long as Peter Obi already has that multitude backing him, if you like, be prominent. If you like, don't be prominent. People supporting him are already supporting him. Congratulations to Obasanjo. He's finally, anyways, he has always been somebody who will address issues in the country. I love reading Obasanjo's letter. I think especially the one he always writes to Buhari. I love reading his letters so well. So yeah, it's a good thing Obasanjo, former governor of Nigeria, former president of Nigeria, coming out to, put out his support for Peter Obi. So yes, thank you.
All right, thank you, Orlando, for your wonderful submission right there. Okay, a lot of people have reacted. I can see the comment section about Shore. I don't know. And a lot of people keep saying that he's very proud, that pride goes before you fall. I do not know what he wants. But like Orlando, like you said, whatever the case may be, people where they support Peter Obi will still support him regardless of whatever choices anybody decides to make. All right, that being said, we're going to go straight to Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex, please, what's your thought on this?
Yeah, thank you very much, Kachi. I want to continue from where Orlando stopped about the Showere Igidi Prigidi, or the Showere Topsy Turvy, the Showere Bruhaha, the Showere Uga Moga, or Laborare Esurare. Showere is a guy that I respect so much. I will never disrespect him. You know, it's not easy to be a president. A lot of people take a lot of routes. So many people fight for it for donkey years or for 20 years. A lot of people fight for it for, you know, a long time. Some even go to jail for it. The guy has been a student union activist. He has been one political enigma that has been very vocal before this first set of the biset of the Nigerian political gladiators. Give it to him. He knows what we want in Nigeria, but just that he's not calculating very well. I don't know who's advising him. He needs political strategists. You know, it's one thing to advise people, it's another thing for them to take or to yield to your advice. The topsy-turvy you are seeing with him now, or the state of anomy you are seeing with him now, is as a result of political pride. He had the golden platter where he would have decamped about 2-3 months ago to the Labour Party, looking at the massive emancipation of Nigerians, the massive exodus. To one kamikaze, Mr. Peter Obi, to the emergence of this leader who is selling himself successfully to the whole world. So Showore, I don't know if it's too late, but I think it is too late. I still believe in him, the future presidential candidate, because he has been very consistent. He has fought for me and you may not know. He has taken the bullet. He has been to jail. He has been separated from his wife, from his children for a long time for crimes he didn't commit. He has been accused wrongly for me and you. When somebody does 100 things and he does 80 well and the 20%, you don't judge them with that. So we still stretch our hands of fellowship to him. We still want him to know that we love him. We still recognize him as a freedom fighter, as a man who loves this country, as a man who is willing to die for Nigeria to be a great nation, as a man who is a threat to those who are killing this nation. So Showore is a guy that, if you are in his shoes, you probably be more confused. So Abraham Lincoln of America, he contested the election several times before he became an American president. He broke his backbone. He lost his daughter. He lost his business, a son of a fisherman, but he never gave up. So I'm addressing Mr. Showore. I understand that pride is in every man. I mean, it's in every man. You can't even deny it. We are born with pride. I mean, the men folk of nature. I just want him to keep it up. Since he cannot decamp, he cannot collapse the structure for now, I still respect him for that. Because if he had collapsed his party into Labour Party, these people know him very well. They will destroy Labour Party because of him. So he should stay on his lane, do his thing. Hopefully one day in the future, 10, 20 years from now, we will need him on board. I look at him as a reserve bench for Peter Obi in the next 12 years or 20 years. People like him and Governor Wike. So Showore is a guy I hold in great esteem. So, and nothing can stop that. So for now, you have to excuse him. It's not easy to sit down in that seat looking for that thing that we are all looking for our Mr. Peter Obi. And a way to Obasanjo. Obasanjo, yes, he's a very corrupt man. Yes. He's among those that killed this nation. Yes. He's among the cabal. Yes. He stole a lot of money. Yes. He's an evil genius. Yes. But let me ask you a question for those who are against this guy. If your house is on fire, burning. Your children are inside. Your wife is about to die, probably pregnant. And your enemy, your worst enemy, is giving you water and fire extinguisher. Will you use it first? Or will you start condemning him in front of that fire? I leave you to that to figure out. We need everybody we need all hands to be on deck to drive away these monsters in government house. These monsters who will not address the killing of Deborah. These monsters who has driven our economy down the drain. These monsters who have shut down our schools for 8 months. These monsters who wouldn't give up, bringing old men into our political cinematography. So for me, Obasanjo is needed right now. I'm not arguing that he's not corrupt. I said that from the first territory go. But for now, we need him. He knows how to navigate towards the presidential villa. He's been there before. 3 times, in the 70s, twice in the 90s. I mean, twice in 1999 to 2007. So we need everybody now. Don't judge anybody now. It's time to put out the fire first. Then we can talk about who gets what, when, and how. Thank you very much. As for the other man, Zipode George, I respect his integrity, even at old age. When other old men are misbehaving, are lying, and asking people to go and steal ballot box, we still have old men who wants a better country, who wants to go to their grave a happy man. I'm happy. This is how we should think, because the country is bleeding. Nigeria is on its knees. All our professionals are all abroad, building other countries. Such a shame. Nehemiah said, I will go back to Israel and build the walls of Jerusalem. We need men who wants to build this country. So guys, all hands must be on deck. If Wike is also coming to join us, don't judge him. Let's fight the battle first. If the G5 governors are coming, don't judge them. Don't talk. Give them the sword. Give them Peter Obi's label and face cap and t-shirt. Let them wear first. Let's defeat these monsters. These Goliaths. Let's defeat them. These snakes and monkeys who are stealing our money. So I will stop there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Alex, for your submission right there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I bring finest, the finest of all. I see you right there. Thank you for joining. Oziegbe Willie Fred, thank you for joining. Ezenwago, thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys. I can see Ninja Patriot right there. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you for your continuous support to Ninja Watch. All right, that being said, we're just going to quickly go straight to the next panelist, and that will be Mr. NCBD. Mr. NCBD, please talk to us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mrs. Akachi. With what's the name? Sowore, I think, like what Brother Alex said, he should, let him allow Peter Obi be his pace setter, because we need someone like that at some point, but he just needs to kind of fine tune his messaging and try to be more strategic, because at the end of the day, it's still a political affair. So you need to, as much as Peter Obi is doing that quite all right without sounding exactly like Sowore. Everybody can see clearly what Peter Obi stands for, but you can never catch Peter Obi attacking the personality of even the worst politician in Nigeria. So it doesn't have to be like Peter Obi, but they can learn 1 or 2 things, And I believe that probably in the next 8 years, if he really fine tune some things about his style, in the next 8 years or so, he will be in the lips of everybody, and he might stand a better chance. So I have nothing against Sowore. I just don't agree with the way he has kind of conducted, kind of his strategy. Let me just leave it at that. Then Obasanjo, like I was trying to say the other time, Obasanjo is, these people, to be honest, when they were younger, they did a lot of things that, I don't think everyone will agree that it was good. So, but at the same time, one thing I know about him is that it's not usually, people think it's all about money for Obasanjo. Me, I've always felt like it's all about power, influence, relevance for him. And that is why you see him writing letter to every time, to trying to speak up in every against or for any situation that he finds relevant to his to himself. So at this moment he has seen that the way Nigeria is going, if we don't have someone like Peter Obi to bring Nigeria back from the edge of economic and total security collapse, that it will be so bad. So that's why you see him coming out. This is how he has done his things from the past. I don't agree with some of the stand in the past, especially as regards the Biafra conflict and the Bakassi Peninsula and all that. But at the same time, he's someone that believes that Nigeria can succeed. So we should be able to put things in perspective and separate, those scenarios. So yeah, Obasanjo is there. He's very good with the British. We don't know, many people don't know this, but Obasanjo is like the most beloved Nigerian leader in recent times to the to the British and all these other people. So we don't know what kind of thing is linking them up, but I know it's connected. So we need all the hands we can get. And even the Wike, the same thing. Like I said, I will reserve my comments about Wike till the election is over, or maybe around the month of election. The month of election, then we can see his true color, because I feel like right now we cannot really judge from anything he's saying or doing, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it there for now. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. NCBD, for your amazing submission right there. We're going to go straight to Mr. Chibuzo. Mr. Chibuzo, please, are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
Please talk.
Thank you once more again. Yeah. What I just want to say about Obasanjo is we all know that Obasanjo has been one of the people who brought Nigeria where they are today. Just like the other guy said, when they were younger, there was a lot of atrocities, a lot of commitment. All this Obasanjo and his alliance, they were doing. Mr. Niger Watch, I sent you a video in your WhatsApp group that is to show you the role Obasanjo played during the surrendering of Biafrans. And you look at the languages they used to surrender that war. That is where you will see that there is a problem in our constitution, and that thing remains. Go through that video, bring that video up here. Let us see exactly what happened. Obasanjo has been one of the people who dissemble Nigeria as we're speaking. But not looking at his bad side. Men make history. It's men that make history. Men make history for good reasons. Men make history for bad reasons. For whatever reason that it takes. But when we are still alive, try to correct our error, we mustn't take it for granted. We have to work with the person and make sure that we achieve whatever that we are looking for. Because whatever went to the past, it's all about we are fighting to unite. That was it. And today, that unity is not coming from the place, the thing that is more divided. It's coming from the north. The division is coming from the north. Because they know they don't want that united Nigeria. They always want that, they want the division, but they are blaming the south that they are the one who want the division. So Obasanjo has been one of the people who has been dancing on this circle, try to unite, dissemble it, try to unite, but the people of the West are not giving him support. That's why he's fighting alone. All the whole Northerners are against him. But he managed to convince those who participate in their evil deeds. Some of them agree. Some of them are still shaking as we are talking. Some of them have said no, because they know the kind of evil they have injected to Nigerians. They have make sure that Nigerians, in short, never benefit for anything. They give us confusion. We don't know what we are doing. If it's not this social media, everything happening in Nigeria is all about newspaper, whatever they tell us, those who can read, those who have time to read. But today, social media have exposed a lot of things, knowing that people can be able to take in charge of their country, know all the administration system that they want to know. They can come here, discuss about it, know what is affecting them, know what is not affecting them. What I'm trying to say is Obasanjo has been an African player in terms of politics. Nobody in Nigeria that can overthrow Obasanjo in that kind of unity that he has taken Africa forward. But however it is, he can't do it alone. He have tried. Come to Nigeria, try to make sure that the politics of Nigeria, the one he still admits that he was one of the culprits. But we need to move forward. We destroy, we rebuild. But the problem is some evil players in this country are not agreeing. That is why you see in darkness all over. But we will break that darkness and make it, there will be a light, whether they like it or not. So the player that Obasanjo, the consign that Obasanjo is giving to Nigeria, he knows who is P2B. He has been with P2B. According to P2B, the man slept in his own house. That's to show you the trust he has, that we believe in true Nigerians. Those people who say they are Nigerians, they don't believe in Nigeria. Those who believe in Nigerians are those who are coming out now, want to benefit, and they move this country forward. I will leave it for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chibuzo, for your amazing submission right there. On that note, we're going to go straight to the next person. Please endeavor to like and share our broadcast if you are yet to do so. Kenneth Osapitas, thank you for joining. Ninja Patriot, I see you. Nnamdi Ife Kando, thanks so much for joining us today. We're going to like and share. Thank you, guys. God bless you all. We're going to go straight to Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, please talk to us.
Yeah, Kashi, thanks for having me back. There's something I want to point out. I don't know who is here. Maybe anybody here have any contact that for Mr. P2B campaign team. I don't know who is in charge in the camera, who is in charge, who is the person videoing, or who is the person snapping. Those people are not doing a good work, you understand? Even the person in charge of the Twitter handle, they are not doing a good work. They don't even post things that there is an angle you snap a photo or you video something to make sense. Apart from even the video you get from other people is even more okay than the one you get from the Labour Party handle. You understand? So I think they need to do more work in that, because sometimes how you video yourself, how you show things, catch some people's attention. You understand? So they need to do work in that. They are not doing any work when it comes to that angle. They are not trying. They have to improve in that. So I don't know if anybody here or whoever that is listening, they should point that out to them. So when it comes to show, I don't have problem with you. You know where I stand when it comes to those people, because I have made my choice and I have made my decision when it comes to speaking about those people, because I think most people preach on what they are against on. Sometimes they preach something, but when it comes to practice reality, they don't practice it. So it's like average in Nigeria. Most of us here, We are good in theory, but when it comes to Nigeria to put it in practice, most of us don't do it because in school they will teach you everything in school, you will define everything, you will say everything. But when it comes to put it in practice, most of us fail to do it. And that is the system in Nigeria. So most people then preach what they can be able to. When you ask them to put it in practice, they don't put it in practice. I think for now, because when it comes to Shore, I understand where he's coming from. I understand where the anger, the jealousy is coming from. Because at the end of the day, this is what he wants. This is what he been clamoring for. This is what he wanted from the beginning. So when you see Nigeria supposed to be cheering for me, not Peter, but there's a time will come in your life, you just have to make a sacrifice, whatever you believe, whatever you think about it, just because this is the good of the people. If you want the good of the people, you have to make a sacrifice. That is what a leader is all about. It mustn't be me, 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 me. Sometimes it just lets uncertainties go. By doing that, you also, as in planting yourself in it, because when people around you see the sacrifice you made, that alone can even make people, even those things you've been looking for, you won't know how it come to you. Very simple. But sometimes they preach something. If you ask them to put it in practice, they don't put it in practice. That is typical Nigeria for you, and that is typical Africa for you. So they are good in talking, but when it comes to put it in practice, they won't put it in practice. So that is why if you see people, they are keep talking about people, we should bring manifesto. You've been seeing manifesto since the day Nigeria got independent. So where the manifesto got to you, we still where we are today. So, but somebody is telling you something, saying it, and you don't want to believe that one, that person, but you want to believe something on paper, but you don't want to believe something that somebody is telling you practical, physically, but you want to believe something on paper. That's typical Africa for you. And when it comes to Obasanjo, I think the old man have made peace to himself because he have understand, he have come to terms and realized that he made a mistake. That is how I look. When you made a mistake, if you have opportunity to correct your mistake, if God give you opportunity in life for you to correct your mistake and you fail to take it, it's going to be a double punishment for you. But if you have that opportunity to make a change, to correct your mistake, you have to make use of it. And that is what Obasanjo is doing. He's making use of it. And that is why I keep pointing to people. Anybody that think that P2B is a rookie politician, or people that are supporting P2B is a rookie politician, they are mistaken. Somebody like Obasanjo can be standing P2B and watch P2B say, yeah, okay, INEC is going to, Obasanjo can control INEC office. Obasanjo can control INEC chairman to his house. Those people that is following P2B, they can control. So if anybody thinking that maybe Tinubu have the contact or Buhari or anybody, those people, those the same people have the same right. So this is somebody that, like Mr. Alex said, yeah, this is somebody that have
Okay.
become the president of Nigeria for like 3 times. So he's for him to support P2B and try to make Nigeria to work for people. I think that is a kudos to him and the kudos to who all these elderly people who is coming out now to say, okay, because they don't need anything again. Obasanjo have having everything, have the money, have everything. So I think God have given them opportunity like Payal Osubanjo, all those old people trying to at least leave a legacy that history will remember them tomorrow. I think they are doing a good job. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Collins. But please, I would like to talk about us not generalizing everything. Say Nigerians are all talk. We don't put our talks into action. I don't think that's a very fair way of saying it. I mean, generalizing stuff like that is not very good because I, for one, practice what I preach, and I believe there are so many people out there who practice what they preach. Coming out here to do
But
this.
maybe, but me and you know very well. When I say something, I'm not saying I didn't mean that is everybody. Is you see it there? It's in the you can see it there. It's very obvious. Somebody can
Yes,
notice it. That
maybe you're not trying to generalize, but let's not forget that people are watching. There are a lot of people who are putting in efforts, doing things quietly on the ground that you might not even know about, and there are other people who are doing stuff that people know about. So let's just try not to generalize and also not put the youth down because I really believe people are really trying this time around. If people can be coming out to be doing what they are doing in Nigeria, amidst the hardship, amidst the insecurity, amidst the pain, I think they really need to be applauded because Nigeria, people are going through a lot, but they still show up. To wake up and show up alone is a lot. So let's just try to acknowledge that fact. Thank you so much, Mr. Collins, for your submission right there. Thanks to everyone. God bless you guys. On that note, we're going to go straight to the second to the last panelist for today, and that will be Mr. Chills. Mr. Chills, please talk to us. Thank you.
Yeah, Kachi, thank you once again. Yeah, what I'm gonna say is Showore, look, we might say whatever we like. Everybody has their opinion. My opinion is quite different, in this aspect. You know, most youngsters who are on the streets today fighting for Nigeria, they see Showore as a motivator. They read about him, what he did in 1993 and above. Okay? And I watched that video quietly. He talked about that in 1993. Okay? So for him to see where everybody is going, I'm thinking it in a different way. If today, let's say this Showere's imagine with another party, right? Derail this chance. Is he going to come here and tell us that he's fighting for democracy? He's not going to come here to tell us. And whatever happens, if we succeed, he cannot come out tomorrow to say he is fighting for democracy, because that his time has gone. This is another derailing of our country. That's what we're fighting now. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. Because if you have saved the past and the ship is trying to sink again, and you decide to look away, you will definitely sink. So this is the way I see the behavior of Showore right now. He have seen the movement. He know where he's going. Look, I know he can come out today to defend it, that he doesn't want to, compromise what he has said earlier by saying, hey, I'm going to be working with people who are clean. But you have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere. Just like what we're talking about, the likes of Obasanjo. We have to start somewhere. It doesn't matter. Okay, you can be among the team. Then believe in what you believe, and keep telling them, look, I want it this way. And they're not gonna negotiate. If at all this one that is imagine now, did he not negotiate? He has to put his conditions down. And if that condition suits them, they will take it. When I listened to that in the morning, I was just so broke. I broke down, because this is a man, somebody like me. 2019, I was shouting Showore all over the place. I've said it here. If Showore can join this team, I want him to be made EFCC chairman. So it just broke me. I don't know what to say about it, but I just want to put it on record. Let him not come tomorrow to tell us how he fought, if actually we get there, how he fought for liberation of Nigeria. Because where Nigeria was in 1993 is small compared to where Nigeria is today. It's as simple as ABCD. So if he wants to really fight for democracy, this is the right time. That he has structures, he has everything to contribute. 1993, he wasn't contributing. He just fighting because he's a young guy fighting to say, hey, this is where. But in terms of decision making, he cannot contribute nothing. And that's why after that 1993 fight, the people who are in the hands of affairs took over the country and run it down again. So, but if he is among the people fighting this, with the experience of 1993, I don't believe he will allow anybody to run this democracy down if we get there. So that is my pain, because he has a vast knowledge to bring on board. And I just pray that if P2P wins tomorrow, he will bring him on to work with him. That's my take. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chooks, for your amazing submission right there. On that note, we're going to go straight to the last panelist we have here for today, and that will be Mr. Kel. Guys, please endeavor to like and share our broadcast. Thank you. Mr. Kel, please. Mr. Kel.
Hello, Naija Watch. Hi, how's everybody doing?
We're doing fine, thank you, sir. I hope you're good too.
Yeah, you're welcome. Kashi, I saw your question in the beginning asking how we're going to do our Christmas, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, my Christmas, I will send everybody in Naija Watch a letter from Joe Biden.
Okay, we'll be expecting the letter. Thank you.
And I will send it through Buhari. So, so we have these issues to discuss. I want to thank everybody that has commented, and since yesterday, you guys have been doing a great work. All right, I want to start with Showore. Showore, I think that Showore would be good or best remaining an activist. You know, criticizing government to put government on the check, give them a run for their money than vying for presidency, because Showere's temperament, I will not recommend it for any country. If not, we might have a president that will roll up his sleeves by the bus stop or by the traffic to fight. You know, it would be good to maybe handle a government agency or parastatal or a ministry, you know, where discipline is needed. Showore has a lot of experience, but then there's something you need to have as a president in order to be successful. Bible says, with wisdom, kings reign. You know, it can be smart, but if you don't have that wisdom, it will create a serious loophole in your governance. Can you imagine if Showore is Mr. Obi that Soludo wrote an epistle about? By now, Nigeria will still be boring. You know, so I think he's knowledgeable, but he will need to align with Peter Obi and contribute through government parastatal or ministry or agency. That is it for that. Then concerning Chief Obasanjo and the speech he gave, that was he gave that speech at Nyanwodo's 70th birthday last Sunday, and that was to bring together Fere and Ohaneze. You see, Nigeria needs Obasanjo, and I will say this, and I will make my explanations. In every country of the world today, there are owners of that country. Maybe I may not be right to use that word, but take it or leave it. The truth is that we have people that owns Nigeria, or we have major stakeholders in Nigeria. When you come to Nigeria today, we have 5 retired 5-star generals. These 5-star generals has been determining who becomes Nigerian president since 1999. Why? Because Nigerian military must be in support of any government for that government to function. We are beginning to understand some secrets about governance in Nigeria now. Now, Nigerian army has 5 divisions. Forget about 82 division, forget about mechanized division, forget about other divisions. We have 5 divisions. Now, these 5 divisions are, we have Obasanjo division, that's Obasanjo boys. We have Babangida boys. We have General Abu Salami boys. We have General Danjuma boys. And we have General Guzo boys. Now, these 5 generals, wherever they stand is who becomes president. And they have their leader. You can call them 5G. They have their leader. who is Obasanjo, just like he has Wike, who is 5G governors. Now, since last year, if you listen to Babangida's interview, he has been saying that Nigerian next president that will succeed Buhari should be a man under 70 or a young person. When PDP refused to give Obi or refused to zone their presidential candidate to Southeast because they were rooting for somebody from candidate from the Southeast. These 5 generals were the one who asked Obi to leave and go and join another party. So as it stands today, this 5, what you are seeing Obasanjo saying now is like seeing these 5 generals where they stand. They stand for, because they have seen Nigeria. They have seen everything about Nigeria, and they will not want this country to implode. Why? Because they have stake in this country. You have heard Obasanjo say he has shed blood for the country. He has gone to prison for the country. Would they not be alive and watch this country that they fought for being messed up by people who didn't understand how the territorial integrity of Nigeria was fought for? Now, so that is why you see them coming out now, because they want Nigeria to remain one, and they want Nigeria to succeed. They might have their shortcomings in the past, that's while they are human, but they are doing everything they can now to make sure Nigeria stands. That is number one. Number two is that when you see what Tinubu is doing now is a behavior of somebody who has been defeated. Is only reacting. APC is playing like an opposition. You ask yourself, since this campaign has been going on, have you seen the police or the military working against the opposition parties? No. This APC is not going to have the military apparatus on this election, because an average policeman wants his life, his affairs to be good, which has been battered in this government. The military, they want good thing for themselves, which has been messed up with this government. Every aspect of our economy in this country, or every category of people in this country has been, had one share or the other about this about the bad governance. So that is why we see the way this election campaign is going. You see the successes Obi is making, and the more things will keep coming as we enter next month. Just my brother that was talking about what Obi is not doing well is the campaign is not doing well. See, we are all campaigning. We are all vying to be president. I am vying to be president. You are vying to be president. Kachi, you are vying to be president. Through Obi, whatever you see that they are not doing well, you do it. If Obi win this presidency, we won. If APC wins, APC won. If PDP wins, PDP won. But if Obi wins, Nigeria has won. That's the way I want us to look at it.
Thank you, Mr. Kell. Thank you
God bless
very
you.
much. God bless you too. Thank you very much. We have patriotic Nigerian. Please talk to us in 3 minutes. We're about to round up the show. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Kashi. I think the previous speaker was quite spot on, except for he's asking that Sowore becomes part of Peter Obi's government. That I would very much disagree with. I would not want to use the word overrated for Sowore, but I think I think he has a very a very untrue opinion of himself. Like he has a larger than life opinion of himself than he should actually be given. I understand his role during the June 12th crisis as a student leader, but so was the involvement of many a student leader during that period. Sore was not the only person. There were people who were actually involved in physical combats. So if you go to Twitter, there is this guy who goes by the name Great Oracle. He was an active student leader during that period. I think he was part of the student arm of the Nadeco. And there are a lot of people who also were involved in that. But the way that Sore ascribes this, um, high level of involvement during that period to himself, you would think like he was the only one that was fighting. I mean, I personally, I take exceptions to that. I don't. Yes, you did your bit, but that's what student union government was really about during that time. Until now, where it has been a bit watered down by university administrations. Student union leaders were known to be very active. They were known to be people who actually lent their voice on the side of the people during that time. And Sowore was not the only person who did that. The fact that it tends to ascribe so much, a very large uh, aspect of this whole struggle to himself. I think it's very economical with the truth. Um, Even after, if as in if you listen to Shore, there's something you're quick to pick from him, that this guy is just a self-righteous person. He reminds me so much of Adams Oshomole. These are people who always feel like they know everything. They are the best thing that God created after sliced bread. And those kind of people, they only make dictators. You know, I don't want to overstretch this. I don't want to sound like I'm reaching, but if you read the history of Adolf Hitler, you'd see some of those little elements in the lives of these two persons I've just mentioned, Shore and Adamson Shomole. People who do not understand the need for dialogue, people who are so much about themselves. I know this is a bit I don't want to make it very personal, but since it's out there in the public space. Recently, Shore's wife had a birthday celebration. I don't know if you guys saw the way that Shore, you know, sent his tribute or made him tribute to his wife. It was so much about himself. And I'm like, the way you know how people treat leadership is actually the way they treat the people that are immediately around them. Your wife is having a birthday and the old video, so you had more than 10 frames of the video all about yourself, your picture, and only one about your wife. So how would you treat Nigerians? Would it not become just show race sphere as opposed to it being about the people of Nigeria? You could see I mean, I'm not saying this is actually an indicator of good leadership, but you could see the people around Peter Obi, the way he treats them, the way he treats his wife, and that will tell you a little bit about, okay, this kind of person is kind of he has a human side to himself. You know, I'm just saying this again. I'm not trying to ascribe some sort of clairvoyance to myself, or ability to read the future. But when I look at Shore, I see someone who has the perfect ingredients to be a dictator if he's elected. He might seem like a very good person. He talks about how much he fights. I'm even talking about fighting. Tinubu also can also ascribe that to himself. Yes, he used drug money, but Tinubu was one of those who actually sponsors and funded the Nadeco movement. A lot of people have come out to say that, yes, he did that, right? But yet, can we say he's the best candidate for the job today? So those are things we have to ask ourselves. This idea of, oh, I fought for June 12th. If the people that fight the most for democracy are actually our soldiers, and that's why you see the amount of respect they get in countries like the United States. Because if the country is not at peace, there's no way that democracy will be sustained. But this idea of fighting because, oh, you were a student union leader, yes, you went to jail, which is a very big sacrifice that you pay, But there are other people who pay even greater sacrifices than that on a daily basis for this our democracy to be sustained. So will an average soldier who comes out to contest for an election just be given a free ride to the presidency for the fact that they've been to war to keep Nigeria going? So those are some things I believe we should interrogate. I don't really give him that much. I don't pay him that much mind, and I think the greatest mistake that Peter Obi's government, which we are believing will come into fruition from May 2023, the biggest mistake they will make is to bring in someone like Shore, because it's going to just be running a parallel government. Especially people who are advocating that it becomes the EFCC chairman. This guy is just going to keep like victimizing people, just going after his perceived enemies. And if people come out, if someone like Talbi says, no, do this thing according to the rule of law, you're just going to start hearing things like, oh, Peter Obi is favoring his friends because he's very good. You remember, he has a media house. He's very good with, creating a narrative. He's just going to start running, and then people will start listening to him like, oh, Peter Obi is not really sincere about corruption and things like that. And the next thing, he starts getting these, very big followership through that. And the next thing, people start saying, oh, this man might be the next president. But nobody really, that's exactly what SLS did to Goodluck Jonathan. You remember the old NNPC issue, how he said that I think there was some money that he said was missing in NNPC, and that there was a lot of ula balo about it. And of course, that thing did not really happen. And that was part of what the current government used in campaigning against GEJ at that point. So I think it's going to be the worst thing for Peter Obi to bring this guy close to himself. Just let him run his student union style of campaign and
Thank
focus on what you're doing. I'll leave now. I just wanted to quickly say this, and
thank you.
I'll go away. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, patriotic Nigerian. You made a very, very smart observation right there. Thank you. We appreciate you. On that note, that will be the end of our broadcast today. Thank you guys so much for doing this with us again, the 13th day of December 2022. I appreciate every one of you. Please endeavor to join us tomorrow, 10 a.m. Nigerian
And
time.
and thank you very much, everyone. Kashi, 1 minute. I can see Omo Yes Corner just coming now. Omo Yes Corner should be fined. She's late today. Kashi, you see her now. You see the way you people are
But she
biased.
don't apologize. She doesn't. She
No,
didn't
no,
want
no, no. You are a biased person, Kashi. Because you know that Omo Yes Corner and Ari Finance supposed to be fined for coming late. You not talk am. If
Hey,
another person just because all of them are the same gang.
WhatsApp group.
Yes, you see, Omo Yes Corner, you are going to be fined for coming late.
Hey, I like you.
And Iris Finance, although don't tell where Iris Finance comes since child, you never see tail like that, but it does see tail like that, you know. But Omo Yes Corner will be fine. Kashi, stamp and you say yes for me to know you are not biased.
Mr. Nigeria, but yes, no
See them,
verse.
oh, see them.
Yes, I've been listening to you people. Oh. I've been multitasking. Oh, Ejo, Olawo, I beg. You don't hear her now. She don't be beg before you talk now.
They say make we forgive her. Mandarita the beg for Omo Yes Corner. So because of that, we'll go forgive.
I read finance now, a woman leader. Oh, I beg. Oh.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. We are done for today. We're going to be back again tomorrow, 10 a.m. with Iman. And then we're back here again, 5 p.m. tomorrow again, talking about the things that's affecting you and I. Thank you, my good people. Orlando, do you want to say something before we round up?
I just want to appreciate everyone who contributed in one way or the other. Please let's not relent in our support, especially encouraging people around you. PVCs, they've started collecting PVCs right now. So please, any opportunity you find yourself in the public transport, in the mall, in viewing centers where we are watching the current World Cup going on now, please try and chip it in and remind people. It's going to be a very Herculean task for people to get their PVC, but your encouragement, as we did it, back then, coming together as youth to support people to register. We can also do it now, support people, carry umbrella to viewing and to PVC collection centers, sit with people, gist with people until we get that PVC, because they will frustrate us. If it's to frustrate us to get our PVC, they will definitely frustrate us. So please, let's try and get our PVCs. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's a good, wonderful message. The PVC, everyone, please. The Christmas time nowadays, so I don't have to talk about before. Many of us here is certainly going to send money back home for your people. Please apply conditions to it. Tell them to show you Operation Show Me Your PVC before I send you Christmas money. Chapter close. Thank you very much.
That one no go to work cooperation. Show me your PVC. What about those people that have been going out there every time to try and get their PVCs, but all to no avail? We all know the frustration, we all see. But I think what we should be doing is to see the effort that they are even putting in the first place.
All right, but at least let's see the efforts. If you have not collected it, you can show that you've put effort to go collect it. At least that makes sense. I will send you money to go buy rice for this Christmas. But say you not send, your care. You sit down there in executive share, hoping that my brother in abroad will send me money. We are not part of that.
Exactly.
Thank you, my people, once again. Good night. Oh my God, don't pay a fine. Oh, yes. You see, Anna. Oh my God, don't pay a fine.
Madam Rita, I be one talker. Madam Rita say go pay for all my year. Madam Rita, it's your turn to shake body because now you thought say you go pay. Oh yeah, Hey, thank you.
Thank you, Omoye. Make we play our music for Omoye for this one, for the next 1 minute before round up. This is for Omoye.
Honorable Solomon Odija. Chairman of Latin Convention Babale. Bobby Brown. Iyaro yo. Bobby Akama Gera Benina Galijo. Anetibe no kiyo. Anetibo ose 1 billion. Ọmọ yadu mẹdúgelere. Ẹ̀jìnlẹ̀ kọ́ni kú mẹ́gẹ́ ló mọ ẹgbẹ́. Solomon Akijeme, Honorable Mama Agnes, you know, no women. Let there be light, there was light. It's a good photo, Papa, who never love me. General Kislivo, no women. Not even story, no. The other yo, Lion, who went to get it. It's a good photo, she wasn't there. General, keep present here. Happiness is a glory. Dr. Ida, Bobby Man, General Kislivo, Itaku Motos, that is not enough. Happiness, General no more. Pastor Jeffrey no more. Pastor Jeffrey, who never me.